As the ladies say, gentlemen, size is not everything. And case in point, my YouTube channel is very small, yet it's been very effective for my OFM journey. My previous YouTube channel, before it was taken down, was a measly 2,000 subscribers, not even 2,000. Yet it helped me tremendously to establish myself in the OFM community and get crazy results. Well, I don't know about crazy results. It allowed me to financially support myself for a long time, despite the fact that like my agency results were nothing to fucking, speak of, not impressive at all. And in this video, I'm going to talk to you about what the benefits of having a YouTube channel have been for my own OnlyFans management journey. So let's talk a little bit, I guess, about what my accomplishments are. So I'm going to brag a little bit about myself and what I've done. So forgive me in advance. I'm not the type to enjoy bragging about this kind of thing. I'm usually pretty modest. But, I guess I have to do it now a little bit. It's very uncomfortable for me. But like, I have a group of 4,000 people on Telegram. Well, so it's kind of weird because like, it's not that having a YouTube channel has not helped me with my agency. It's just that let's say I've been doing this for 2 years. For a year and 9 months, let's say a year and 6 months, having an agency that made a lot of money just was not a priority for me. Like, I just didn't care. It was not, I guess, of course, I would have loved an extra fucking 50 grand, 100 grand in my pocket every month, of course. But I still hadn't fallen in love with the idea of running an agency. Not the idea, with the day-to-day of running it, right? I was good at some things. I'm intelligent enough that like I could figure it out. I didn't like the work. There were certain things that like I hadn't gotten over my dislike of them. So it prevented me from really going all in on developing my agency the way that I developed other things, the way that I developed my fucking blog, the way that I developed, my relationships with like, let's say, cool people in the fucking community, my YouTube channel, all that stuff, selling boot camps, fucking whatever, making info products, like selling proxies, you name it, right? I did everything except focus on my agency until I, connected with my previous business partner, forced me to focus because I was, responsible now for something bigger. And then when we ended up parting ways, I was like, okay, it's time to fucking make this work because like I had almost hit my limit. Anyway, how has it helped my YouTube channel for my OFM journey? But anyway, the point is that now I'm doing pretty well and like the trend is sharply going upwards. And I would like to say that having the YouTube channel has greatly helped me along the way entirely. So let's get into it. Number one, it has allowed me to connect with top people. And I would say not even really top people, but like anybody I want. Anybody. And I'll tell you what the trick is to this. If you ask, the trick is to ask to interview somebody. This is the trick. You can get anybody to say yes to an interview, basically. Unless, I was going to say, you can get pretty much anybody to say yes to an interview, even if your channel is small, even if you have no audience. Because the people that you interview will still be able, okay, number one, it's a fucking massive ego boost. Number two, it's fun to talk about yourself for an hour or 2 hours or whatever it is. Number three, if they have a fucking third of a brain in their head, they know that they can take that piece of content and cut it up and like have like, segments of video of themselves saying fucking smart shit that they can use to post in different places. Like it's a currency. Attention is currency. So having a YouTube channel, oh fuck, I didn't mute myself, did I? Please say no. Having a YouTube channel has allowed me to connect with people that I've wanted to interview or that I've even asked to interview. Not only that, like I've connected with a lot of people that I didn't even ask to interview. And I guess in this video, I'll talk about, when I say YouTube channel, I guess I really mean YouTube channel and blog. My focus was my blog for most of the past 2 years until I did a poll in my group and I was like, do you like my articles or my videos better? And 4% of people said the blog, 80% said the fucking videos. The rest was like, I don't know, whatever. So I was like, oh, people watch the videos. So I should just make more videos and not do the fucking blog as much. So, but that said, I think the blog also helped because for people who read and really want to deep dive, they will be able to go in there and like see that, you know, I know this on a very deep level, not just me rambling in front of a camera for fucking 20 minutes. So it's allowed me to connect with a lot of top people. All right. The Fed these days is not as active or prominent. It still exists. It's still a thing. Fed bans are still, you know, a threat, let's say. But it's really kind of like the cronization, I guess. Cronization? Is that cronies? Whatever. The Fed is now like an exclusive club. Whereas before it was, you know, I started it as that's just who existed, right? All the groups that were big that existed, it was us. Now there's so many groups. Like, do we really want to bring these people into our Fed? I don't know. You know, it's a lot of new blood. Like, maybe we should. We probably should, to be honest with you. Probably a good idea to expand the Fed, but just haven't. However, at the time, I would argue that starting it, a lot of the reason that anybody even agreed to join in the first place was because I had a public social media presence. People knew who I was. I was very transparent with everything about myself. Most of that was the blog, but also the YouTube videos. And it allowed me to put that together and have a lot of influence over what happens on Telegram. Like, and I didn't use it for nefarious purposes. If you talk to any of the big group owners, like the big group owners, the ones that I know, I'm not even trying to brag, but they'll all say that I'm a fucking good person and a straight shooter. And I don't think I didn't abuse the power that I had. I could have. I can still in my group. I can fucking ban everybody that I want and fucking, you know, act like a dick. Anyway, you're probably wondering like, okay, well, what does this have to do with your fucking agency? And the answer is not much because I didn't really care about building the agency. It was like, okay, as long as it's making, you know, fucking, I don't know, $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month. And my basic needs are met. I'm just going to focus on info products and proxies and fucking making videos and writing articles because I didn't care about anything else. So bottom line, it's allowed me to connect with top people. I don't even know if I really explained that well. But like, it's a good feeling to know that people know who you are in a small industry. And not just that they know who you are, but that most people have a good opinion of you because of what they've seen of you. It's good. And it helps, believe me. Number 2, it helps when I want to sell stuff. Now, again, like does this have to do with my agency? Not necessarily. Kind of does indirectly. Like when I did the Babe Page Bootcamp with the two brothers, a lot of the reason why I was able to negotiate that with them, which I think they regretted after they did it, to be honest with you. But like, thanks for doing it anyway, guys. I really appreciate it. If you watch this or if somebody that you know watches this, I still appreciate it. I still haven't done any more. Okay. Haven't done it. Haven't taught it to anybody else for a fee. Just saying. Anyway, one of the reasons why I was able to negotiate that was because I had the YouTube channel and the blog and the group. And that definitely helped. I was able to sell it. I was able to negotiate it with them. They agreed to do it. And that indirectly helped my agency. Right now, even though I had the knowledge, even though like I had the skills to build the Babe pages and find the viral content, which was extremely helpful, gave me an incredible education on identifying viral content and how to instruct models to create viral content. It basically gave me the keys to traffic to the point where like I now know that I can get any girl traffic. I don't care what she looks like. Just like, will you do this? Yes, great. I'll get you traffic. So that indirectly helped me improve my agency. Similarly, with the webcam bootcamp that I just did with the two lovely African gentlemen. Oh no, wait, what was I supposed to call them? I called them the two African guys and they like wrote me a message like, why'd you call me that? And I was like, okay, the two, what do I call them? The two African geniuses. Let's call them that. Anyway, the two guys that I did the fucking webcam bootcamp with, like, when I do a boot camp, when I decide that I want to do a boot camp with somebody, it's not just to make money, right? It's because I want to learn from them the thing that we are going to teach in the boot camp. That's been very helpful for me because like I can go to somebody, an unknown who's just good at something, and I can say, hey, do you want to teach a boot camp about this thing that you're good at, the service that you sell or whatever that you provide? Like I can productize it, I can sell it, I can put people there and we can make money. And really what my motivation is, to be perfectly honest with you, is to learn it from them, is to get the sauce from them so that I can do it on my own. I could pay them to do it, but like I would rather sell the boot camp. And like selling the boot camp, I really, whatever. Some people, oh, you sell courses, you're a bad person, whatever. I feel like selling boot camps helps my brand, believe it or not. Because there are people out there, like a lot of the people that make money, they buy fucking programs, they buy courses, they buy coaching, they spend money with other people to learn shit. And so like by selling stuff like that, it establishes me as somebody who knows things. And it, even if I don't know anything, it still puts me in that category. Also, when I did the webcam bootcamp, I met an individual who makes fucking crazy money and has helped me with a ton of shit. So like there's a lot of peripheral benefits, and not to mention the sauce of the bootcamp itself, which is very in-depth about running a webcam studio. And now there's a group of, there's like 10 of us in there, and we all just talk about fucking webcamming. Like there's no other groups out there that do that. We are the only one. And it's super valuable. It's awesome. So that has been an indirect benefit. And it also helps if I want to sell other stuff. Like if I, one of the things that I've thought of doing, I was looking at Shane Francis's group for some reason. I don't remember what it was, but like I found myself in his group, and I don't visit other groups like QBT and my group, and that's it. I just don't have time. And I also I don't want people to think that I'm trying to poach people from my group or my shit that I'm selling, which is, I don't think they would think that, to be honest with you. But that was like the sentiment like a year ago ish. So I don't know, whatever. I should probably be more active in other groups, but I was in his group and I saw that like every day he will post something where he promotes something. Like I saw today, he had a 0 to 10K beginner call that he was promoting. And I clicked on, the link, and it took me to WAP, and it was like 185 a month or one-time fee for 900. And you can join this thing. And they do, I don't know how often they do the calls, but like he's going to do a call where he's going to answer questions. He's going to fucking do this and do that. And I was like, what a great idea. And it's not like it's the first time I've ever seen anything like that. I don't sell anything like that. I mean, as much shit as I get about being a guy who sells stuff and a guru and a fucking YouTuber and all this stuff, like I don't really sell that much info products. Like it's not, what have I done? 2 boot camps and fucking, I have I have one recruiting thing that sold, maybe I've sold 20 copies of it for $500. And I've sold a couple of coaching packages for like $3-4 each, but not more than 10. So like, I'm not really going fucking hard on that, but I kind of want to start doing that soon, where something like that. Anyway, it would really help if I decided to do something like that, to promote it on the YouTube channel, promote it in the blog, promote it in the group. It would be very helpful. It'd bring in a ton of money. Number 3, people try to help me for no reason. So when you create content, this is probably the most important one. And this is honestly the one that I should have started with. When you create content about OnlyFans management, there's not a lot of good content out there. There's not like, I don't, correct me if I'm wrong. Is there anybody else who uploads fucking videos every single day about OFM and talks about shit like this? I don't think there is. I don't think there's a single person who does it. And the way that I talk about things, and no, I'm not the best. I don't claim to be the best. And like, I'm not going to teach you how to make $1 million because I don't know how to do that. But what I can teach you is the stuff that I have learned from what I've done. And if you are not as far along in your journey as I am, or you are not as far along in your journey in one specific area as I have been, and you watch that video, then you will be able to learn from me. I don't care if you're like the guy who I mentioned before, who took, who's makes a ton of money and is like, he took the webcam boot camp. He had never done webcam. He never had girls on webcam. And he paid for the boot camp. He could buy fucking my whole block probably, or at least this building that I'm in. Cash, I'm sure. But he paid the money to join the boot camp because he wanted to learn. Anyway, the point is that if I make a video, I make a lot of videos where I talk about stuff. And so the videos that I make for people, they help people. They actually provide insights, and they help people to make more money as a result of these fucking videos that I sit and talk in my dingy little apartment about OFM. I have probably, now that I think about it, taught more people directly how to make money with OnlyFans management than anybody. I'm probably the top guy, right? And it's not like I have the most views on my videos. That's not what I mean. It's that the amount of information that I've provided publicly for free is more than like everybody. Is it not? I don't know. Anyway, the point is that a lot of people appreciate this and like, oh, wow, like you really helped me for this. And they reach out to me sometimes, and I will get messages from people where they will say something like, oh, hey, like I watched your videos for a long time, really helped me out. We make $100K a month now thanks to watching your videos. I'm like, damn, how'd you do that? Can you tell me how you did that? And they're like, oh, and I saw you said in this video that you were really struggling with this. So by the way, like here's this fucking sauce. Now, again, because my priority was not to get the agency to crush, I didn't really do much with those things. But like I've had people offer me sauce for DA. I've had people offer me fucking for TikTok lives, for fucking chatting, you know, because they hear me talk about my struggles and they're like, I have that problem solved. Let me solve it for you. I have it. You know, Robot, the guy who does the fucking alts. He reached out to me one day. I don't remember why, actually. Anyway, whatever. He reached out to me one day when I met him, and he's like sending me all kinds of fucking Notion files and PDFs. It was way too advanced for me at the time, so I couldn't do anything with it. But he's like, I think it was like, he's like, oh, I hear you're struggling with like processes and organization. He sent me this fucking flow chart with all these boxes and shit. And I'm like, bro, I'm not smart enough to use this, but thanks, I guess. Number 4, it has kept things interesting and fun. So, you know, okay. So in terms of content creation, I guess what I do, my main activities are making YouTube videos and writing articles. YouTube videos, I've been spending a lot more time on than the articles. I'll put out an article now, maybe once every couple months. But in the beginning, when I was doing this, it really kept me going because I just enjoyed having something to talk about. This actually is kind of pathetic now that I think about it, but I enjoyed writing so much, and I enjoyed people actually being interested enough to read what I wrote so much that I kept doing OFM, even though like I still hadn't really fallen in love with the process of running an agency, like not on the level that I'm at now, to where I was just kind of doing it just so I would have something to write about, just so I would have a video to make about it. And that's not good. I know it's probably not like a healthy reason to continue doing something, but the fact of the matter is that it kept me in the game for long enough to get to the point where I am at now. And thank God I'm finally at the point where my agency is making like, I don't know, we'll probably do 60K this month. Last month we did 40K. And, you know, it's just going to keep going up because the more that I do it and the more that I learn and the better that I get at like connecting all the dots and putting this VA in charge of this and training these VAs and getting better at every little thing, it's going to make, I can't even imagine where I'll be in a year at this progress. It's not, anyway, whatever. So creating the content has allowed me to keep things interesting and fun. I genuinely enjoy, I'm enjoying myself right now. It's crazy for me to think that. I'm like sitting, if you guys could see how messy my apartment is from over there, it's probably messy behind me, but like I moved all the shit over there so you wouldn't see. But anyway, I'm enjoying this, sitting in my apartment with my fucking 50 phones in front of me and my fucking empty water bottles and like my Tabasco bottle over there and all this shit. It's fun for me to do this. I genuinely look forward to it. It is not a chore at all. And if it's helped keep me in the game, I guess. And it helps keep me more committed to the game. The articles sometimes feel like a little bit of a chore now. However, I think when I get 8 good chatters, I will publish another one. Anyway, number 5, it helps me figure out what I think about things by talking it out. Now, this is, I'm not sure, you know, Jordan Peterson, whatever you think of him, he's a very smart guy. And he's also an author and, you know, he's a professor, author, whatever. And he is on record as saying that a lot of times I don't know what I think about something until I write it or until I write about it. And it's true. There's definitely something to that where, you know, if you don't, this is something really that if you're a writer, you'll only understand this if you have writing as a hobby. And what it is that there's a big difference between speaking and writing, even though you're still using words and even though it's communication. But like I can sit here for fucking 2 hours and talk, and 2 hours and 5 minutes later, I won't remember at all what I said. I will have no idea, like none. But if I sit down and I write about it, that knowledge will be cemented in my brain. And even though I won't necessarily remember it if I'm talking about it, because I'm recording the video, I can go and rewatch the video, and I'm essentially like putting that information out in, this sounds weird, putting it out into the universe to expose it to other people. And then it will bounce back from them to me, and we will talk about it, and we will both further our level of knowledge together. Even if we don't actually directly talk about it, like it'll spread into the ether. People will start talking about it. People will start conversations about it, and it will advance the knowledge that I have. I believe this. I don't know. Maybe you think I'm weird, but in a more practical sense, if you guys watch my videos, I'm sure you've seen me sit and talk about something and then been like, no, well, actually, you know, let me think about this for a second. And it forces me to describe things at a level of detail that makes me define my understanding of it in a more detailed way, I guess. I didn't really explain it very good there. I should probably fucking figure out how to explain the explanation. But you get what I'm saying. The effect is even more pronounced when I write about it. So I guess I really should write more. It's just now I really want 4 more chatters. Like I just want more. Anyway, those are the 5 benefits of having a YouTube channel for my OFM journey. Probably not what you thought. If you, and I guess I'll end with this. If you are good at OFM, and when I say good at OFM, I mean you are making at least $10,000 a month. Yes, that is good. That is good. You can produce $10,000 a month through OnlyFans management. You are good at OFM. I know it sounds crazy. I don't think it's that good anymore, but my bar is higher. If you are good at OFM, or even if you're not good at OFM and you want to start a YouTube channel and you're wondering like, how will this help me? It probably won't. To be perfectly honest with you, it probably won't help you in the way that you think it will. It'll help you indirectly through all these ways that I mentioned. Cool. Thank you for watching the video. I am hoping it was helpful for you. Maybe, maybe not. And I will see you in the next one.